Hello! Welcome to Fantasy Hour. Thank you everyone for joining us this week. I am your Dungeon Master Prim, and this is the campaign Ex Libris Infintium. Would the rest of you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello everybody, my name is Kirby, and I will be playing Hookra.
Hi, I am Chrissy, and I will be playing the immaculate, cool dude, amazing person ever, V.
Hello, I'm Charlie. I'll be playing Evo.
And I'm afraid that Quartz won't be joining us this week. I have a suspicion that his internet went out, but we should be able to function as pretty fine without him. I've rebalanced some things, and I might cut off the session a little bit shorter this week since we won't have him.
Big sad.
Sad.
We miss him, but hopefully he'll be here for the next one. Alright. So, what do you guys remember from last session? Would you like a recap?
Recap.
Okay. Let's see. Last session, we began with our adventurers in the city of Wellborough, the city of the arts. You got your lodgings. We went over what everyone's been doing. We have Hookra down in the docks. We have V doing these things. We have Evo arriving with the marvelous Midnight Museum, a traveling carnival, and we have Mark coming in from the south. There was an explosion that caught your attention. The main landmark of Wellborough. The 5 windmills owned by Cedric Artifice, who's known for hosting a small shop called Cedric's Toy Emporium. There was an explosion, and it went up in flames. They suspect it might have something to do with an currently unnamed terrorist group, who managed to take V hostage. V escaped, but with the guards being diverted by the explosion and the chaos, they didn't take his claims as serious as they would have hoped. He was recaptured, but Abilai, the young apprentice of a city's wizard, managed to get help this time. And we cut back to where we left off, at the carnival. Is there anything I've missed?
Not to interject, but we are actually in the wrong voice chat, so people can't see our little chat heads.
Ah, thank you!
Hello?
Now it's
Hello.
fixed.
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry about
Hello.
that. As far as if you missed anything, yes, I have a pet book!
Yes! Yes, you all fought a mimic within a sort of small, tucked-away pawn shop in the city. Rather than deciding to kill it, you all took a more of a pacifist route,
It
and
licked my leg.
you've tamed the mimic.
Also, mostly all of us. I was
Most all of
busy
you.
being tied up in a dark, wet place. I mean, not wet, dark place.
Yes, it was raining.
The inside is raining, as we all know. It's very common for inside.
You know, rain.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, we we pick back up again at the marvelous Midnight Museum. Abelai has just begun explaining her side of the story and what she's seen. And Evo, you recognize the description as a foe from your past. Is there anything you all would like to discuss?
Yeah, definitely. If it's definitely her, it's going to be dangerous. I wish I could say I could get the guards involved, but not only do I not trust them, I think they might be preoccupied.
Hookla needs no backup!
I would not go in with that much confidence. That could be dangerous.
All the temptations, the quote action movies. Anyways.
You're discussing this, and Abelai's kind of awkwardly shifting her feet from side to side and balancing her weight, and seems nervous, ready to get this on the road. And you hear some rustling, and from a couple tents back, you see walking over your friend Moth. It's like, hey, Evo, is there something going on?
Yeah. Yes.
Is this another one of your things, or?
I mean, this does involve a missing person, I guess you could say, a kidnapped person.
Ugh. Do you need help with this one this time?
Yeah, probably. I wish I could say I could do this alone, but definitely not.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I haven't done a lot of stuff in a while, but I know like a little magic, so
Okay.
yeah. Just lead the way.
All right.
And for the sake of story, I will say that Mark is agreeing to go with you guys, and he's, just in the corner giving kind of like a thumbs up, like, yep, ready to go.
He is currently the pack mule of the party.
Just petting the book a little bit.
If he's the throne
He
for
will
the
be-
book, he just carries it around.
He's the
Yes.
book babysitter.
A book needs a lot of attention at this age, okay?
Yeah. I want to make sure that my book grows up nice and healthy.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think we want to mimic running around unsupervised.
It's like this
That
is a
is
very
fair.
important years
I
of
beg
life.
to differ.
Yes, that does make sense. So Mark is watching the book, and he is going with you guys and rooting for you.
Oh, he's already 3 chapters old.
Okay. Would you all like to debark?
Debark?
I leave? I might have said the wrong one.
Embark.
Embark! Thank you.
Pick depart or embark.
Let us
Embark.
go on our way to get ourselves a kidnap victim back. Let's
Hell
go kidnap the
yeah.
kidnap victim.
Don't anger
Kidnap
the
the
DM.
kidnap victim.
Kidnap
An eye
victim.
for an eye, a kidnap
Third
for a
adoption.
kidnap.
Oh, we should definitely drag somebody out with us as hostage.
What?
We'll name him Steve and we'll feed
Besides
him.
Moth?
What if we just don't even rescue V? We actually just kidnap someone else for a trade?
We'll feed him and name him Steve. We'll take good care of him.
And, poor V. This is his rescue party? Their rescue party?
Don't worry. Hukra's on the case. You'll be safe.
I
My
mean,
hero.
Io exists. She'll help.
Alrighty. Now, I'll say for V's perspective. Once again, your hands are bound, but a
Kinky.
lot tighter this time.
Kinkier. Sorry, continue.
You come to kind of groggy, your vision hazy, as you almost feel kind of a headache where you were hit before. But you blink awake, and you find yourself in the corner of a room that is occupied this time. You see Seraphin, the fire genasi from before, with her hood back up and the glow emanating from underneath the darkness of that cloth, and then many of the same foreboding hooded figures. Well, change of plans, boys. We've got ourselves a hostage. It would seem that our employer has some kind of runaway delinquent daughter. You say you're awake. Are you legitimately okay?
Yeah, no, this is B. This is B. Don't worry.
Cool.
Come closer.
She, I guess, roll either a persuasion or a performance.
Okay. That's a 13.
I guess that works. It's not Seraphin herself, but one of her goons seems to like kind of like awkwardly. He's like, and she's like, and she points at you, V, in the corner, and he relinquently kind of stalks over and bends down to like your level.
Closer.
He hesitantly leans in closer.
Can I get some water, actually?
Alright, he says he needs water. And you see one guy kind of like withers some stuff, and he finds a water skin, and he tosses it, and yeah, I guess he uncaps it, and he holds it out for you to drink.
Yeah. V will drink a little bit. Like, thank you. And then spit on him.
You don't. You spit on him, and it just kind of wets the cloth, and it kind of droops down more over his face. You still can't see anything, but it is damp.
Okay. I'm happy now. So what's this about? Are you gonna like try to get money from my mom? Like try to get paid more? Like what's the scenario here? What am I being held hostage for? Thanks for the water, by the way, dude. I did want to spit on that guy, not you, Seraphin. Seraphin, I don't necessarily want to hate you yet. That guy, I could walk on my own, like kind of referring to the guy that keeps knocking V out. Just so like, what's the scenario here? Money, a cause, money.
The first and the latter.
So money.
Well, if my sources are correct, it would seem that you are the only heir to this household, isn't that correct?
Yep.
And it seems that someone who's gone to the effort to stage something as elaborate as this just to get into the better graces of the nobles over in Espos, well, they might pay a pretty penny for something like you.
I mean, hey, you might give her an excuse to replace her daughter. Might be cheaper, honestly. Save some face. Look, if she's willing to do this, I wouldn't be surprised if she's willing to replace her daughter, and you guys just won't get paid.
Fair point. Well, we can't have you running off to the guard, can we?
Oh, too late. Already did that. I'm not gonna do it again. Didn't go well.
I see. And at this moment, you also notice a couple of more gagged figures that seem familiar.
Hmm.
The guards.
Oh, hey guys.
They kind
So,
of look at you, and they just look pissed off.
hmm, don't look at me. You're the one that failed your job. But I tried to tell you that you guys needed more guards. You can't blame the messenger. Like, maybe you should be adults and think smarter than what a 18-year-old tells you to do. Just saying. So now, am I gonna die? Are you gonna let me go?
I'm going to have Dante here keep an eye on all of our little inconveniences we've run into. We want to finish this job at the very least, and it shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yes,
Sorry, you can finish your sentence. Mm.
all right. Well, once that's done, I suppose we'll decide whose heads go and who's worth something.
So hear me out. I can help.
What?
I can help.
Are you sure you have the stomach for that kind of thing? Do you even know what we're doing?
Well, I heard a little bit of what you're doing. I mean, like, kind of like starts leaning back in the chair and like going back forward. Like,
Enlighten me. What do you know? Chrissy, have we lost you?
Technical difficulties? Question mark.
I am going to message them.
This is going fantastic.
Strong start, guys.
Hell
find my
yeah.
domain.
Hello?
Hello, I am here. Where'd I die at? I think my connection messed up.
Yeah, you sound a little robot-y. I mean,
A
to,
wee
to
bit
be
of
safe,
robot.
I'd recommend leaving and rejoining the chat.
Okay. Technical difficulties. Hello. Do I sound better?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You left off at, I know a little of what you're doing.
Yeah. I know a little of what you're doing, but my memory's a little foggy because I've been hit in the head so many times. But I only know what I'm meant to know.
Enlighten me. What do you know?
That concussion's really hurting, you know?
Be specific.
Got it. Well, look, I don't know too much. I know you're going for some goods and services type deal, maybe some illegal trade. That's all I really got. I'm not good at dirty work, but I'm good at, sneaking into places, sneaking out of places, annoying people. So if you need help with anything like that, I'm pretty helpful. I'm a helpful person.
I really don't think an idealistic teen like you, smiling stranger, has the heart for this kind of
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I offer my services. I'm not even charging anything. I just don't like my mom. And so helping you, even if it is for my mother, would likely anger her more knowing I'm involved.
Hmm.
Haven't you ever wanted to have a rebellious phase? Cause a little mayhem?
Well, that explains some things. If you want, You can give an argument and roll a either or a persuasion or a deception, depending on what you're trying to do.
Got it. Yeah, that is a 21. And also,
What?
while all this is going on, actually, could Aviv tried to undo their ropes behind their hand again?
You can attempt. I'll say that's a dex.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me do that real quick before the next bit. Um, that is my eyes blurring up. That is a 9.
You try to undo the bounds this time, but it's tighter and you can only feel as you're rubbing your wrists raw.
Yeah. Like, yeah, then I guess that's it. Yeah, V got a 21 for the roll before.
All right. Let me think. If you really want to help, you know this city, don't you?
Yeah.
If we were looking for someone to go missing, someone who wouldn't be noticed, where would we look? Where are the slums the most strong?
Can you repeat that question one more time to make sure I understand what you're asking?
Where can we take someone off the streets where no one will notice?
I wouldn't go for the slums. The slums have people that look out for each other. There might not be guards down there, but there are people that watch each other's back.
Now,
The rich folk, obviously, are the rich folk. They'll be noticed. I guess your best course of action would likely be the docks. I know that seems ridiculous and weird, but accidents happen by the shore all the time. But it seems like you made a commotion by the docks, didn't you? So it seems like you've backed yourself into a corner. You can't mess with the slum folk. Rich folk are off the menu. Middle class, they will be noticed because they're a part of their community. And the docks have a commotion. You're stuck waiting.
we didn't blow up the docks. We blew up the boardwalk. That's a tourist attraction.
It's still by the water.
You looked at the city, it's an island.
Then I guess the docks are your best bet.
All right. Well, I'm afraid I'm still keeping you here, but it's a little something to go off of at least. Thank you for your services.
Can I at least get my hands unbound? It's starting to rub on the skin, and I kind of need my wrists for what I do.
All right. A favor for a favor, but you still aren't leaving. We'll redo the bindings, but just a little looser.
Can I just... whatever. You do you.
And the large hulking figure she's been calling Dante sort of stalks over and he, quickly takes a knife and he undoes the bindings and he takes a fresh piece of rope, one that's a little less rough, and redoes it. It's a little looser this time.
Thanks. I mean, hey, who knew that you weren't always so rough?
He doesn't say anything, just keeps working. He seems quiet.
So, who'd you say was gonna stay and watch me?
Dante there.
Okay. If he just kind of looks up at Dante and just kind of like gives like a wink as a sup. Looks like we're gonna
He
get real chummy.
kind of pauses, but he just goes back to work.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Thanks for the company.
All right. And unless you have anything else to say, shall we cut back to the others?
That's it for now. We're just gonna be chatting up Dante.
Is this the first ship of the campaign?
No.
Oh no!
No!
How old is Dante?
Stockholm syndrome.
How old is Dante?
Yes, Stockholm syndrome. Hot.
What about reverse Stockholm syndrome, which I forgot
know,
what the name
right?
is called, but I don't actually. But that is an actual thing. Reverse Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly get my kidnapper to fall in love with me.
I mean, it worked for that one psychologist.
Tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast.
God.
We're stable, I swear.
Alrighty. So, the rest of you, do you begin traveling?
Hooker will
Yep.
kill them all!
I mean, okay. I can't argue with that.
If a lizard just goes up and says he'll kill them all, you can't argue.
What are you gonna do?
I have a plan.
Oh god.
I have
You
a
begin
plan.
your trek through the city streets. In your group is... Who's leading?
Wouldn't it presumably be... Oh god, I don't remember her name, but...
Abalai?
Yeah,
Evelyn?
the person who knows where we're going.
Fair point. Then she takes the lead, showing you guys through a few corridors and nooks and alleyways and streets. Seems she has lived here a very long time and she knows her way around the city. Following along is, of course, Evo and Hukra, and a friend of Evo's, a black-haired Genasi. Not Genasi, why did I say Genasi? Asimar. With these sort of red cut glasses that we've known as Moth, and Mark in the back, holding a squirming mimic. You pass cobble streets and you took a short rest before you left, so I'll say it's towards the middle of the night. Things are dark, but there's the occasional lamplight, though the way you're heading, it seems to be a lot. I wouldn't say less populated, but less gentrified.
Alright.
It's crowded buildings, workshops, stores, that whole ordeal. Until she leads you down through a building that's sort of cramped and out of the way. It's almost abandoned. It looks like it might have once been a tavern that couldn't keep a business in this part of the city. She stops and she says, It should be around here. It's the trapdoor underneath. Yeah, it's your call. Do we just go in?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Is there a window we could look through?
It's boarded off, but it looks like with enough force you could kind of, pull down the boards.
Well, that just sounds like it'd make too much noise and they know we're looking through a window.
You could try to find a gap that your little lizard eyes can look through.
I will do that and look for a little gap for my little lizard eyes.
Are there any rats around?
I guess for both of you roll like an investigation.
Speak with animals. Holy shit.
Okay.
Why?
What did you roll?
Why?
I just gotta add the numbers, but know that it's, hang on. What is intelligence? Or not intelligence, what? What is investigation?
It's intelligence.
Oh, okay. So with my modifier, I rolled a 19, but with my modifier, that's a 17, because I have a -2. Evo has the intelligence of a dog.
A scholar.
Clearly, she can barely read. That's how you know she's good.
I have an 11 for the record.
Yeah, I'll say start with Hookra first. You sort of see a gap and you kind of like jump up a little bit and you wiggle and you manage to like with your forearms get enough strength to like peek through. And it's a dark building. You see kind of some broken chairs and a bar that looks like it has been used in a very long time and some broken glass in the corner. That's about it.
But can I see anybody, or is it just I can't see anybody?
There's no people, as far as you can tell.
Alright.
I have a question.
Yes?
Is the door still on its hinges?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
The door is still on its hinges. Eva, you were looking for a rat?
Yeah.
And what was that roll?
17, it was a 19, but I have a -2.
Yeah, I'll say that's enough. You sort of look around and, you know, you're kind of looking in the wrong place for a second. Like, you're looking, like, I don't know, up. But then, like, you look down at your feet and it's like, oh, there's a rat.
Right! Rats are on the ground. Just out loud.
And it kind of shimmies its way. It's doing the little rat waddle and it kind of looks at you and it keeps shimmying. What do you do?
Excuse me.
Do rats waddle?
It's a fat rat.
Well, at least I know it's got good nutrition. No, I'm sorry, that's terrible. Eva will not eat the rat.
I'll eat it.
How nutritious are rats? Sorry, no, not the question now. Sorry. Yeah, Evo will go, excuse me, to the rat looking at it.
And this is with your awful warlock thing?
Yeah, speak with animals.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bother you, but, so, I have a favor to ask.
What kind of favor?
I was wondering if you could go into that building and tell us, how many people are in there.
What's
Points
in
to
it
the
for
building.
me?
I have food.
What kind of food?
I have rations. I don't know what kind of rations that would be.
You got any old cheese?
Yes, I believe I do. Yeah, I think that with her rations, she should.
Would a ration have... I don't think a ration would have cheese, because the point is that
Sure.
they say, like, that they just last forever.
Well, I mean, wouldn't like a round like wheel, like a brie or something, stay?
Yeah.
Maybe?
You know what? I'm just gonna say roll like... You can roll any even number of dice. If it's even, you have old cheese. If it's odd, you don't.
Okay.
Cheese check.
Roll
6.
for cheese.
But
I rolled a 6.
You do have some stinky old cheese.
I do have cheese.
Alright. Where do you want
Thank
me
you.
looking?
Police offers her hand out for the rat.
The rat will waddle into your hand. It is the weight of a rat.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, hey, Evo... Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, Evo will like, quietly look for an opening and direct the rat in.
You know, there is a door off its hinges.
Okay, yeah, she will direct the rat to the door off his hinges.
And the rat squirms in. And you see him kind of go in for a little bit until you can't see him any longer, and there's some rustling until it quiets down. You don't quite know where he's gone to, but he's looking. So, while the rat is doing rat business, and the party waits outside, what is V doing?
So after Seraphine and her gang left, it's just Dante and V, right?
It's you and the guards that were unfortunately drug into this.
Okay, cool. I don't give a shit about them. They're stuck there. Yeah. Yeah, V's just gonna, sitting there being like, so Dante, you wait here often for hours?
Kind of looks at you, or you think he does. The hood sort of turns a little bit in your direction, but then he looks back.
Okay, guessing you don't talk. Well, wanna play dice?
Roll persuasion?
Wanna play dice? Card. That is a 19.
He shrugs, and he kind of like plops down in a chair at the table with you, and you hear it kind of creak under his weight.
Also, that comment I made earlier about wanting to spit on you, that was, good fun and all that, kind of been knocked out twice now. Have a slight headache, you know how it is.
He kind of shrugs.
So I obviously can't roll or anything like that, so I'll let you roll for me, and we can just do it this way, unless you want to untie my hand. It's not like I can run anyway. You've proven yourself that you can knock me out rather quickly.
What are you attempting to do here?
Honestly, just play dice. Honestly, just play dice.
In that case, kind of gives a hand, like, sort of up, like, I've got it. And he kind of takes a pair of d6s and he rolls for you. Would you like to roll these d6s?
Yeah, why not? Why not? He just wants to play dice, guys. I don't know what's so suspicious about this. How many d6s?
2.
2? Okay. So, the first one's a 5, and the second one's a 1.
One moment.
Okay.
I had everything ready for the session but the dice.
Mm. Yeah.
Do you want to say higher or lower? Which
Oh.
wins? I don't know how dice is played. I should
Yeah,
have
we can
looked
play
it
our own
up.
version. We can play our own version.
Just make it 5 dice and play Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. Let's stop this entire D&D stream and let's just stop and play a game of Yahtzee. That's so confusing. Yeah, no. Let's go high. High.
Okay. What did you get?
I got a 6 in total.
He rolls his dice on the table and they kind of clack down and they face up and you see a 4 and a 2. He's also rolled a 6.
Tiebreaker roll.
He rolls again for you.
Okay. That's a 7. I'm going 1 up. Oh yeah.
You see, he rolls and up is a 6 and a 5 and 11.
Oh, you win. Oh, the guards reacting to this bullshit.
They're giving you a judgmental stare.
Okay. He's like, okay. That was a practice run. Now, kind of like puts it, like motions their head towards their bag.
Yeah, he'll kind of like get up and grab your bag.
It's like, okay, in the front pocket, I have a gold pouch. Want to gamble? I'm trusting you here. There's no fun if there's no gamble.
Yeah, he'll take out the coin pouch and he'll place it on the table.
Cool, cool. Okay, now take out 1 coin, and then, you can gamble whatever you wanna gamble. It doesn't even have to be
Yeah.
gold. I like new stuff.
Yeah, he takes out the gold coin from your purse and he reaches into his own and he puts down a silver and a couple of buttons.
Mhm. Ooh, I like buttons. Just ooh, I like buttons. Okay, okay. Let's go again, let's go again.
Roll.
Give me a moment. I'm just too busy laughing. That's another 6.
He rolls. He rolls a 4 and a 1. A
I
5.
win. I win my buttons.
He kinda looks down sadly as he pushes the buttons and the silver towards
Aw.
you.
Aw. If you want your buttons, you can keep your buttons. It was for good fun. Though, if you let me have the buttons, I can make you a fun little knick-knack with the buttons size. Do you want a knick-knack? If you don't want one, you don't have to have one.
Kinda cocks his head curiously.
I mean, I have my crafting supplies with me. I literally cannot run. You'll knock me out. If you let my hands free, I'll make you a little knick-knack.
Roll a persuasion.
My favorite part of any hostage situation, when the hostage makes a doll for their captor.
Oh, that's a unnatural 20.
Yeah, he gets up and he starts to untie your hands.
Yes!
What is happening?
I love everything. Everything is beautiful. Yeah, but, V will, like, kinda go for their bag, like, keeping their hands up, like, I'm not reaching for anything, grabbing their bag, and they put, like, some cloth they had in there that they usually use for patches on their clothes that they tear often. But, do you have any rice I can use? I don't keep rice in my bag.
He kinda puts a finger up for, like, 1 moment, and he kinda shuffles around the room, and you see some of those crates from earlier, and he cracks one open, and he shakes his head, and he puts it to the side, and he cracks one up, and he's like, "Ah, yes." And he pulls out a bag of rice, and he sets it down on the table.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, V will be like, "Cool, cool," and I kinda, like, make kind of like a sock shape with one of the pieces of cloth and, like, get, like, a sewing thing after filling it up with rice and, like, sew it up, cut the end off, add, like, 2 little arms to the side, so it's like a ball of, like, of a rice ball of cloth with, like, 2 arms on the side of it, and they get the button and they sew it on to it, and they had 2 different colored buttons. Like, "Here you go," as I toss it over to him.
You know what? Let's roll a sleight of hand for the quality of this doll.
Yeah, it's not their most common trait they do, but they know how to sew a little bit. That's an wait, I don't know, I said unnatural, that's a 19. Unnatural 19.
Yeah, it's a pretty nicely put together doll, and you hand it over to him and looks at it. He squeezes the little arms, and he looks happy.
Aw. So,
Oh,
Dante,
so
new party member?
I want that. Like,
I
what a
said I
dress.
wanted a Steve. I think we found our Steve.
Yeah, I know, right? V will just be like, so, they kinda like, rest their hand on, like, their chin on their arm, be like, so, what's a guy like you doing with a gang like this? Because you may be a giant, but you seem like a big friendly giant. I mean, in the nicest way possible.
Hear him clear his throat. He's well, I'm not very good for much, but I can hit. Um,
Wait, you're for hire?
I mean, I stuck to Seraphine because Seraphine's good at what she does, and she knows what she does, and I follow her direction.
Do you love her or something?
I no, that would be unprofessional.
So are you just a hard worker?
She's my employer, and I try to follow directions.
Ugh. How's your job security?
What's that?
You know, the ability that you won't get replaced by someone better than you if she ever finds someone better.
I
Have
haven't
you
found
noticed?
anyone who can hit harder than I can.
Oh, I mean, there's a circus in town. I think there's a few strong men there.
Ah. Oh.
Hmm. Well, look. You know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get out of this alive, but if I do, I would be happy to hire you and befriend you. Though I know that's unprofessional. I know that's unprofessional. But you know, there's friends in business all the time.
Yeah, nods. Like, yeah, okay. That's you are interesting.
So, what was with non-talking earlier? Trying to seem intimidating?
Yeah.
You did a good job. I was terrified.
Thank you.
Hmm. Kind of like looks. He just kind of looks casually at the guards, like how they're vibing.
They look confused now.
Did you knock them out earlier?
Yes.
Good job! Like goes for a high five.
Yeah, he high fives you.
Nice. Like I'm not good at knocking guards out by no means. I mean, I haven't tried. I mean, I'm good at distracting guards, but I mean, they already heard my bullshit. Seraphin told them everything basically while I was here. So at this point, I'm kind of fucked over no matter what happens.
Well, it's my specialty.
Would you guys like to join us in another game of dice, or are you gonna stay there gagged up?
Is this at the guards?
Yeah, the guards. Yeah.
They kind of look at each other. You hear one of them kind of like they're gagged, and he kind of like kind of goes "Duh," and he kind of spits and he kind of gets out of his mouth and he's like fine.
Dice friends. So kind of like as they start playing like a casual game, he just like he kind of says to them, "So you failed out your job. You know things about me. Would kind of suck you if your boss found out about either of this stuff."
Are you trying to bribe a guard?
No, not bribe. No, just blackmail. I mean, like you can do whatever you want about all the other information you heard. Just any information about me in particular, can we just like let it slide?
If we get out of this alive, I'll think about it.
Thank you. What were his names again?
Give me a sec. I said it was a drow and a kenku, right?
Ranakenku.
Yes. Then one says the drow says my name is Gray. Gray Gallows.
Grey Gallows. That's a cool name. Damn, I wish I thought of that.
I didn't think of it. This is what I was born with.
Yeah, but still, it's a cool name. We talk about getting naturally given a good name.
And the kenku kind of perks up and is like, I'm Corey.
Corey?
Corey. Yes.
Nice. Taking some notes. Well, sorry, I took my notes weirdly. I was like taking notes like Gray dash Drow, and I did Kanku dash Corey. Like I just switched the names around. Like, ah yes, Corey's name is Kanku, obviously. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I guess they just start playing dice, and they all just chat and play dice. So if he kind of like it tries to grab some snacks from one of the crates, but if Dante stops them, they'll stop.
You know what? He lets you.
Yay!
God.
This really
And
is reverse Stockholm syndrome.
How to train your Dante.